Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care. Claudia stood at the edge of a bustling city, her wide, luminous eyes captivated by the stunning kaleidoscope of colors and sounds surrounding her. The air was a rich tapestry of different scents, some sweet like the nectar of her home planet, others savory and enticing, while still many remained entirely foreign to her keenest senses. As an esteemed emissary from her colony on Ozara, she had embarked on this extraordinary journey to learn all she could about Earth and its inhabitants. Yet, even now, she couldn't shake the exhilarating thrill mixed with an overwhelming wave of confusion that danced through her veins like electric currents. Her lavender skin shimmered under the bright sun, catching the light and reflecting soft pastels against the bustling streets. As she attempted to blend in with the vibrant crowd moving past, she became acutely aware of her ethereal appearance. With her tentacle-like hair flowing gracefully in the wind, it caught the attention of many passers-by, some gazing in awe, while others stole quick, sideways glances, tinged with shock or curiosity. Children gawked at her wonder-filled countenance, giggling amongst themselves at the spectacle before them. One young girl tugged on her mother's sleeve, pointing at Claudia with infectious excitement, her eyes wide as saucers. The mother chuckled softly and hurried her child along, prompting Claudia to giggle to herself. She thought she was playing a delightful game. Navigating through the crowded sidewalks proved to be an adventure of its own. Claudia felt an insatiable hunger for new experiences that compelled her to take in every detail. Each boxy structure towering above her piqued her curiosity and demanded her attention. What a peculiar civilization, she mused to herself. Her sense of wonder heightened as she observed the dynamic interactions unfolding in real time. Just then, her communicator beeped softly, startling her momentarily. Another message from her mentor, reminding her to keep an open mind and absorb everything she encountered. As Claudia wandered deeper into the heart of the city, she stumbled upon an eclectic marketplace overflowing with life. Vendors shouted enthusiastically about their exotic goods, their animated voices competing loudly for attention amidst the lively cacophony of chatter and laughter. Drawn into this vibrant world, Claudia picked up various trinkets, marveling at shiny gadgets and strange food items that appeared utterly bizarre, yet fascinating to her. A vendor, an elderly man with a broad, toothy grin that seemed to light up his entire face, waved her over excitedly. "Want to try some candy? It's the best on earth." Claudia nodded eagerly, her heart fluttering with anticipation as he handed her a piece of bright pink confection. As she cautiously popped it into her mouth, her eyes widened with surprise at the overwhelming burst of sweetness that filled her senses, sending waves of delight through her. "Delicious," she exclaimed, her effervescent laughter ringing out and drawing the curious attention of nearby shoppers who couldn't help but smile at her joy. Her exploration continued, leading her to a small shop tucked away in a quaint corner, filled with an array of bizarre objects. Intrigued, she cautiously peeked inside, her eyes dancing with delight at the strange pieces of technology displayed, trinkets glimmering under the shop's warm, inviting lights. Suddenly, a glimmer caught her eye, a peculiar device that resembled a toy, yet possessed an inexplicable allure all its own. "What's that?" she wondered aloud, curiosity bubbling within her melodic voice, catching the attention of the shopkeeper, who chuckled knowingly while leaning forward with much interest. Claudia carefully picked up the object, inspecting its shiny surface that glinted enticingly in the warm light. The device had buttons of different colors, each one shimmering like a precious gem under the soft, inviting glow. She felt an unmistakable magnetic pull toward it, as if the device were calling out to her. The elderly shopkeeper, adjusting his glasses perched precariously on his nose, noticed her keen interest and approached her with a friendly demeanor. "Ah, you've found the latest in human entertainment," he said, his smile broadening as he observed the sparkle in Claudia's eyes. Claudia tilted her head, her curiosity radiating from her every feature. "Entertainment? What do you mean by that?" Her voice was soft yet brimming with eager anticipation. Seeing her genuine intrigue, the shopkeeper leaned closer, allowing his voice to drop to a conspiratorial whisper. Let's just say it's something for fun, a delightful contraption for playful activities between friends or couples. Claudia beamed, her heart racing at the thought of creating joy with this fascinating item. As she reached for her newly gathered currency, the shopkeeper raised a hand to halt her, appearing thoughtful and somewhat nostalgic. How about a trade instead? I'd love to hear fascinating tales from your homeland. What a gem of wisdom you must be. Eagerly accepting this offer, Claudia shared her own stories of Ozara, where luminous flower fields danced under violet skies and songs of joy echoed through the air. Their conversations flowed freely, and laughter echoed in the small shop, bridging the gap between their worlds. Finally bidding the shopkeeper farewell, Claudia stepped outside, clutching the mysterious toy tightly, ready to embark on her adventure of discovery and learning. Later, Claudia found herself in a nearby park, where laughter and joy permeated the air like a symphony of happiness. Families gathered under blooming trees, couples strolled hand in hand, and children played freely in the grass, their joyful shrieks painting the scene with vivid splashes of color. Claudia couldn't help but beam at the uplifting sight, her heart swelling with warmth. Yes, I want to bring joy to them, she declared to herself, glancing down at the object in her hands, which felt like a promising key to this new world. As she stood observing the vibrant life around her, a tall, charming figure caught her attention, a human with dark hair and gleaming eyes who radiated a welcoming friendliness that was hard to miss. Jake approached her, intrigued by her electric presence. "Hey there, that looks interesting. What did you get?" he asked, his friendly smile lighting up his expression. Claudia, brimming with excitement, held out the object triumphantly. "I found this. It's an Earth toy." Jake raised an eyebrow, a grin spreading as he assessed the peculiar item. "What does it do?" Claudia's enthusiasm bubbled over, infectiously animated. "I don't know yet, but I can't wait to find out. Isn't it amazing?" She practically glowed with anticipation and curiosity, which sparked something within Jake. He couldn't help but chuckle, genuinely amused by her innocent wonder. "Let's find out together, shall we?" he suggested, intrigued and eager to discover what this journey might hold for them both. The human's face lit up with amusement as he stepped closer, intrigued yet bemused by her genuine excitement. "You have no idea what you've got there, do you?" "No, but I'm curious. It looks so fun," Claudia responded, her enthusiasm bubbling over as she clutched the object tightly to her chest, completely unfazed by the potential consequences. The man introduced himself as Jake, a playful and witty human who seemed genuinely intrigued by her perspective. They quickly found common ground while exchanging captivating stories about their distinctive cultures, something that felt effortless and natural. As Jake attempted to elaborate on the nuances of the toy, Claudia's innocent misunderstandings sparked a delightful chain of humorous interpretations that kept them both laughing heartily. "So it's a gadget for exploration?" she asked, her head cocked quizzically, her eyes wide with wonder, sparkling with a mix of innocent exuberance. Jake chuckled, trying to compose himself amidst the unfolding hilarity. You could say that, but it's also used for some intimate moments." Claudia's tentacle-like hair perked up with curiosity. "Intimate? You mean a new kind of sport?" she asked, seriously considering her premise, her eyes alight with the thrill of new knowledge. Jake nearly doubled over, unable to control his laughter, realizing how blissfully innocent her comprehension appeared. "You could say that, but it's more personal than just a game." Claudia, entirely oblivious to the deeper implications, continued to enthusiastically draw connections between the object and her own expressive culture. "What's wrong with a sport? My people have fun competitions that bring us closer." Jake struggled to maintain his composure, appreciating her innocent charm and genuine desire to understand. "Well, this is a different type of interaction, Claudia." Their conversation flowed freely, a joyful dance of ideas and words weaving together between them, filled with playful flirts and laughter, as Claudia learned more about Earth's customs through Jake's somewhat guarded explanations, albeit in a hilariously skewed manner. As they finished their delicious meal together, Claudia bounced excitedly on her feet, wearing a wide grin. "Let's try it out together," she declared, her eyes bright with hope and seeking adventure. Jake nearly choked on his drink, a nervous chuckle escaping his lips. "Maybe we should wait a bit on that," he replied, grinning sheepishly, yet entertained by her adorable eagerness. Claudia's playful spirit glimmered in her eyes, unyielding in her determination. "But how else will I learn? Isn't that what this journey is about?" She leaned closer, making Jake's heart race with both excitement and uncertainty about where this might lead. Clearly, she was more than ready to dive into whatever awaited them next. Emboldened by the thrill of curiosity, Claudia proposed an impromptu gathering with Jake's friends, wanting to share her newfound toy and delve deep into the mysteries of human interactions. Jake thought it would be an unforgettable experience, albeit somewhat chaotic. He couldn't help but smile at her enthusiasm, feeling charged by the prospect of introducing his friends to someone so refreshing. As evening settled in, the energy in the park transformed into a lively gathering filled with laughter and joy as Jake's friends arrived. Claudia instantly lit up beneath the strings of welcoming fairy lights, her vibrant skin catching glimmers of brightness, illuminating her surroundings in a way that turned heads and left onlookers momentarily dazzled. "Everyone, I have an astonishing surprise to show you," Claudia called out, her voice ringing out cheerfully over the noise of excited chatter. Before Jake could react to her enthusiasm, unsure how this would unfold, she wiggled free from his grasp and moved eagerly toward the crowd, completely poised to delight them all with her incredible find. With grand gestures, she held up the device triumphantly, its surface shimmering gold and silver under the warm light, captivating the attention of everyone around her. An incredulous gasp rippled through the group, varying degrees of astonishment and intrigue written across their faces. "What is that thing?" one friend exclaimed, as another struggled hard to contain fits of laughter. Claudia's grin widened, unperturbed by their stares. "It's an Earth toy. It's for fun and exploration." Jake's heart raced with embarrassment, realizing the potential for misunderstanding. His friends exchanged puzzled glances, a mix of glee and incredulity taking over their expressions, as Claudia continued to beam with enthusiasm, blissfully unaware of the implications. "Let's play," Claudia insisted, her eagerness infectious. The group, startled yet amused, couldn't resist her contagious energy and reluctantly agreed to join her, ready to partake in what appeared to be an extraordinary activity. As Claudia pressed a button on the device, it whirred loudly and emitted an unexpected buzz, followed by a brilliant burst of bright light. "What on earth?" a friend murmured, a mix of enchantment and shock flooding through his expression as he took in the device's unforeseen reactions. Before Jake could act, Claudia continued twisting and pressing buttons, completely unaware of the brewing chaos, her excitement infectiously bubbling over. A flurry of colors erupted from the device, showering everyone with vivid flashes of brilliance, temporarily blinding them and igniting laughter interspersed with squeals of surprise. Jake felt an overwhelming sense of dread wash over him as the reality began to hit. "Claudia, be careful," he exclaimed desperately, attempting to seize the device from her hands, but it was too late. Claudia began waving it around as if it were a magic wand, entirely consumed by the delight of the moment. "Oops," she giggled, her excitement unfazed as the device sprang to life in the air, sending forth waves of light around her. "I think it wants to have some fun too." The park quickly filled with pure chaos as the colorful lights danced across the grass. Each button Claudia pressed unleashed unpredictable bursts, joyfully illuminating the area while simultaneously causing gradual confusion and terror among Jake's friends. Though Jake found it challenging to regain control of the situation, the humor blossomed in response to Claudia's visible childlike delight. "I thought this was supposed to be a toy," one friend yelled in gleeful disbelief, laughing through his astonishment while ducking beneath a flickering flash. Claudia, caught up entirely in merriment, exclaimed, "Not just a toy, it's a celebration of life and color. Join me." Jake, as he moved closer, found himself grappling with both laughter and disbelief as he tried to regain control. He dashed forward, arms outstretched, but the moment his warning slipped out, The device whirred to life again, releasing a spectacular show that sent Jake's friends spiraling into hysterics. Bright explosions of colors whipped out toward them. With a sudden burst of energy, Claudia twirled about, accidentally sending the device flying high into the air, which landed with a heavy thud on the grass below, vibrating furiously and spiraling all the way down to the vibrant green below. The unexpected cascade of events turned manic beyond imagination, laughter and joy transforming into an impromptu guessing game, with everyone eagerly predicting what syllables of chaos the device would release next. Claudia merely tapped her foot, laughing uncontrollably while easily capturing the attention of everyone. "You're all so serious. This is meant to be fun." As the park transformed into a captivating playground filled with kaleidoscopic light, laughter rang through the air, each burst of light and sound building upon the jovial atmosphere and enriching the experience for everyone present. Jake's friends were far from angry. They were enamored by her spirit and the unexpected fun she brought, cherishing the delight of their special gathering. Finally, as the energy began to fade and the dust settled, the night transitioned from chaos towards camaraderie. Laughter became warm embraces, and people began to recount their favorite moments throughout the night with a sense of pride and unity. With everyone laughing and banking on good memories, Jake turned to Claudia, a genuine smile lighting up his face. "Well, you certainly turned an ordinary night into a legendary adventure and gathering." Claudia, still buzzed with joy from the festivities, nodded enthusiastically. "That's right. I felt like I brought joy to everyone." Jake chuckled, warmth unfurling in his chest as the connection they shared began to deepen. "And you did incredibly. Your spirit managed to bring everyone together in ways none of us could have anticipated." After the unexpected gathering, Claudia and Jake found themselves walking hand in hand in a tranquil corner of the park. The sounds of revelry drifted softly into the background, wrapped around them like an old, comfortable blanket. Claudia, still aglow from the joyful excitement, radiated warmth, her glowing skin beautifully accentuated beneath the soft light of nearby lampposts. "You were incredibly delightful tonight, Claudia," Jake said softly, sincerity dripping from his words as they strolled hand in hand under the twinkling stars that filled the night sky. Claudia eyed him thoughtfully, her expression shifting slightly. "Didn't I bring joy?" He chuckled, shaking his head playfully as they enjoyed an easy pace. "You brought a lot of laughter, that's for sure." As they continued walking, her expression transitioned from sheer glee to contemplative depth. She fiddled with the shiny device in her hands, her long fingers tracing its delicate surface absent-mindedly. "So, how you said earlier that it's meant for intimate moments." Jake felt a warm flush rise to his cheeks, hoping to avoid another awkward conversation about it. Yes, it can be more personal than most would estimate." The curiosity in Claudia's eyes shined fiercely. "But isn't intimacy built on trust and understanding? Shouldn't it be something special to share?" Her earnest expression stirred something profound within Jake, calling forth emotions he hadn't fully recognized before. He let out a soft sigh, appreciating the gravity of her question. "Exactly. It's about the connection between two people. It should be meaningful and mutually desired." Claudia's gaze sharpened as she looked into his eyes with intense interest. "Do you believe we can find that understanding, Jake?" In that moment, a shift in atmosphere enveloped them. The flutter of lightheartedness they'd shared earlier began to fade, replaced with something profound, infinitely more meaningful. "I believe we can," Jake replied softly, rising to meet her gaze with equal intensity. "I really feel like we already have." Thoughts danced across Claudia's mind as she continued to ponder his sincere words. "Sometimes I worry about how I come across to you. Is it odd for me to want to explore intimacy with someone from another world? It feels like a weight on my mind." Jake smiled warmly to reassure her, his grip around her hand gentle yet supportive. "Not at all. Everyone has their way of connecting, and that itself is what makes it uniquely beautiful." Claudia nodded slowly, her expression softening significantly as she absorbed his words. "You have a way with words, Jake. It makes me feel understood in ways I haven't felt before, like being home, even while so far away." Feeling a swell of warmth and affection, Jake gently grasped her hand tighter, examining the delicate differences and similarities in their skin. It's easy to feel a connection when you're around someone as captivating as you. Claudia leaned in closer, the air between them charged with a palpable energy that set both their hearts racing with anticipation. So, do you think this connection means we can explore more together? Perhaps learn more about each other's worlds in an intimate way? Jake laughed quietly, his cheeks now a rosy hue. I'm absolutely open to that. Just maybe let's not rush to the device right away. Claudia chuckled, the tension dissipating like fog on a warm morning as their smiles began to beautifully illuminate the space around them. All right, but I warn you, I can't guarantee there won't be surprises along the way. As they shared hopes and laughter, a comfortable bond formed between them, deeper and more personal than before. The night wrapped around them like a thick velvet cloak, keeping them safe as they continued exploring the space between friendship and something much more profound, intended to be celebrated in every moment they savored together. The following days felt like a vibrant blur as Claudia and Jake dove deeper into the intricacies of their connection. Each shared meal, laughter-filled night, and heartfelt conversation pulled them closer together, creating a nurturing bond rich with curiosity, affection, and unshakable interest. One evening, as they sat side by side on a charming park bench, slightly swayed by the gentle breeze that rustled the surrounding leaves, Claudia broke the comfortable silence with revelation. So I took some time to look further into the device you introduced me to, she began, her tone shifting from playful to a serious that piqued Jake's interest. Jake braced himself for her potential discoveries, feeling a lump rise in his throat. Oh, and what did you find? Claudia's eyes widened, radiating excitement and surprise, as though she had just stumbled upon an intriguing secret. It's fascinating. I realized it's not just a game for fun, it can also be used for reproductive purposes as well. Jake choked at the revelation, feeling warmth flood his cheeks as embarrassment washed over him. Yes, but it's often more contextually diverse than that. Like it's complex, he stammered, searching for a way to navigate this unexpected yet vulnerable conversation. Claudia chuckled lightly, her musical laughter soothing his nerves. I see now. I thought it was merely a simple toy for exploration, but it's meant for something entirely more intimate. Jake rubbed the back of his neck awkwardly, shaking his head as he attempted to clarify. Yeah, it's definitely not something you just whip out for casual interactions. It carries meaning. Claudia leaned in closer, her eyes sparkling with mischief and tinged with hope. So, what you're saying is that it requires a deeper connection, like the one we seem to share. Jake felt his heart racing at how strong their chemistry was becoming. I do, Claudia. I genuinely believe we have that connection, one that is special in its own right. As their gazes locked in a meaningful exchange, both sensed an unspoken truth between them. Under the glimmering stars above, they were filled with an electric anticipation and nervousness, realizing they stood on the brink of something beautiful and significant together. As their friendship blossomed into an enchanting exploration of intimacy, Claudia and Jake eagerly embraced the blend of their distinct cultures. Every day brought forth new discoveries, playful exchanges, and enlightening conversations, with each moment offering a flavor of connection and understanding unlike anything they had previously experienced. One sunny afternoon, laughter permeated the air as Claudia took charge of the kitchen, as if an adventure awaited her. She was determined to make earth tacos, and the scene quickly morphed into a delightful mess, ingredients scattered everywhere like a miniature storm as Claudia enthusiastically prepared the dish. This is how you humans have fun in the kitchen? She laughed, tossing another handful of toppings into the air, cheerfully transforming the chaotic environment. Jake couldn't contain his laughter, utterly mesmerized at the vibrancy of her spirit as he stood by, arms resting on the countertop. Not exactly how I usually do it, but I admire your keen enthusiasm, he managed to respond as he watched her carefully. Eventually, after careful efforts, the tacos were finally assembled, a comically colorful and chaotic array of ingredients resembling an extraterrestrial masterpiece. The table they sat at was covered in evidence of their culinary adventure, yet their joy continued to radiate. Claudia's eyes twinkled with mischief and curiosity. "Tell me about Earth dancing. Is it similar to our galactic dances?" Jake grinned widely, his imagination fired up by the whimsical thought. "Well, let's say it's more rhythmic, with more steps involved and less cosmic flair." Claudia blinked, her tentacle-like hair twitching with excitement. "Show me, I want to learn." With playful laughter and equal parts exhilaration, Jake demonstrated a few basic dance moves, tapping his feet and encouraging her to join in. The two easily fell into a rhythm, their spirits weaving a delightful tapestry of steps and twirls that transcended mere movements. After some gentle prodding and a few awkward giggles, Claudia joined him, her graceful movements creating a mesmerizing sight as she danced her own unique way. As they found a rhythm together, the joyous exchange mirrored a whirlwind, blending together until it transcended mere steps. It evolved into energy and delight, something much deeper. Claudia's vibrant energy illuminated the dim room, and their playful antics drew them closer, evoking a warmth that enveloped them both. In the aftermath, covered in remnants of salsa and dusting of flour, they collapsed onto the couch, breathless from all the mirth-filled moments shared. "That was truly amazing," Claudia giggled, her eyes glowing with excitement. Jake turned serious as he took a moment to appreciate the depth of their bond. "I really cherish these moments, having you here, sharing laughter together. It feels meaningful, Claudia. Each moment we spend together is something I will treasure." Claudia nodded wholeheartedly, her expression changing to one of deeper reflection. "We're two worlds colliding, but it's exhilarating, isn't it? It's like we effortlessly understand each other." Feeling a wave of affection swell in his chest, Jake gently grasped her hand, examining the delicate differences and similarities in their skin. "Yes, it absolutely is. I'm thrilled we're sharing this journey together, Claudia." Claudia leaned in closer, her heart racing wildly amidst the anticipation that built around them. "And that device in the corner was only the beginning, wasn't it? I feel like we've only scratched the surface of what's possible between us." Jake's response was accompanied by easy laughter, cheeks reddening. "Let's figure out how to connect first, shall we? It feels like there's so much more we can uncover and explore together." In that moment, they exchanged a deeper sense of understanding, realizing their journey was intertwined in whimsical and meaningful ways, filled each day with laughter and heartfelt exploration of their worlds together. As their shared experiences blossomed into rich conversations and delightful adventures, Claudia and Jake sought to venture forth into uncharted territories of their relationship. Each outing unfolded into moments filled with laughter, love, and the delightful essence of exploration. One bright and sunny afternoon, they decided to return to the park where the spark of their extraordinary journey had ignited. The air was filled with the sweet, alluring scent of blooming flowers, and the warm breeze playfully tousled Claudia's hair, coaxing forth more laughter. "Remember that fateful night when everything spiraled out of control?" Claudia laughed, leaning lightly against Jake's shoulder, comfort mingling with fond memories. "How could I ever forget? That delightful pandemonium you created turned the night into a legendary adventure," Jake replied, unable to suppress his amused smile as he recalled the unforgettable moments etched in his mind. Claudia's gaze shifted toward the shimmering river nearby, reflecting sunlight like diamonds that danced on the surface. "What if we tried to use the device properly this time? I want to create wonderful memories just like before." Jake's heart raced with a mix of enthusiasm and trepidation toward what lay ahead. "You mean, really?" Claudia nodded firmly, her mischievous eyes shining bright with the anticipation of possibilities. "Yes, let's explore this wonderful connection we've built together." Considering her words, Jake felt a rush of eagerness fill his veins, wanting to wholeheartedly embrace this spontaneous moment. "Okay, let's do it. But let's take things nice and slow." They laid out a cozy blanket on the gentle grass, the vibrant world around them fading into the background as their focus turned solely on one another. Claudia's heart raced, her eyes sparkling with delight. Jake felt the electric anticipation crackling in the air, infusing their surroundings with shared energy. As they delicately navigated the line between exploration and intimacy, the object sat beside them silently, a gentle reminder of how far they had traveled together. It represented their journey from uncertainty to an unwavering bond, evolving from curiosity into the thrilling connection they had come to cherish. "No matter where this leads us," Claudia began, her voice tender and earnest, her expression stoic, yet filled with anticipation. "I feel the same way," Jake responded softly, drawing her nearer as layers of promises enveloped the air between them, whispering hopes for their shared future. With a sense of joy and anticipation, they prepared to embark on their next adventure together, hearts entwined with the wisdom of laughter, love, and exploration lighting up the horizon ahead, ready for the new chapters waiting to unfold in their limitless journey as partners and friends.